over time, basically Epstein got control over all of Wexner's finances. By 1991, he held power of attorney over over Wexner's finances.
Full control over his
Full control,
finances.
exactly,
Wow.
exactly. And then, on top of that 200 million that we talked about, which is basically sort of looking at what we know, that basically looking at the client fees that Epstein pulled in that period when Wexner was still working with him. Wexner said he cut ties off with Epstein in 2007. So sort of before that, 99 to 07, we don't really know much about before then. But even before that, before we started tracking the finances, they also had a very deep relationship, right? 1991 onwards, Epstein was handling all of his finances. We know, for example, that in the late 90s, Epstein was already living in Wexner's 28,000 square foot, 7-story mansion on the Upper East Side.
The infamous Manhattan townhouse.
Exactly, right. And then Wall Street Journal's reported that Epstein purchased it for $20 million in 1998. But if you actually look at the deed records, it was only transferred formally to Epstein in 2011. So, showing sort of the length of that relationship. Epstein had also bought a home for $3.5 million in the 90s in New Albany, which is a sort of large planned community that Wexner has been really instrumental in developing and growing in Central Ohio. He then later flipped it in the late 90s to a company associated with Wexner. And actually at that time in 1998, Epstein was a director of the New Albany company, which is Wexner's company that developed the entire area. So this really sort of goes to show how intertwined they were.